Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, or any other sort of interdimensional time period you may be experiencing at this particular moment. I'm gamermanh, and welcome back to my channel, where I talk about things like Red Dead Online and, Dark Cloud 2 for like the zillionth time. Anyway, I've had a couple people over the last few days try and tell me that there's absolutely zero reason to ever give crypts the results of your legendary hunts. I've been told that you can fill crypts much faster and easier now that the animal spawns are fixed by simply hunting around your camp for a few minutes. Now, of course, it being that easy sounds fantastic to me, so I decided I'd do some testing and, much worse, math, and see if there's any kind of evidence to back that statement up. And you know, after managing to focus my autism for long enough to build a spreadsheet and make it pretty enough to use, I came to a shocking conclusion. I might be autistic, but those people are straight up retarded. Is that offensive? Who cares? Math has no feelings, and neither do I! I'm being a bit silly about this, but honestly, after crunching the numbers and thinking about the results for all of 3 seconds, I know, I'm slow, that anyone could even attempt to claim that hunting normal animals is even close to as effective to this is amazing to me. But let's go over why, just in case. Down in the description below, you're going to find yourselves a beautiful little link to a Google Sheet I put together a few days before writing the script, about a week after the Naturalist rank came out. The first sheet is the value of any and all non-legendary animals as an entire corpse. I figured whole corpse turn-ins would be most fair comparable to legendary animals, since corpses are always worth more than the sum of their parts. These also are only the value of 3 stars, as 2 star is about roughly half that value, and thus really not worth it, as you're going to see shortly. The data for the first 2 columns in this spreadsheet are based off of a Reddit thread that will also be linked in the comments below if I can remember where it is. I deleted my browsing history, I'll have to find it again. The last 3 columns are my own making, and they're quite simple to understand. Column D is an equation to find out how many full corpses of that specific animal it'll take to earn 100 goods, or a large delivery wagon full. That's $625 worth of animal. For those of you who don't know, the total materials required to get 100 goods is 200, meaning that 2 materials are equal to 1 good. Column E is the effective dollar value of the animal's corpse in relation to your delivery total. Essentially, how much of that $625 delivery came from that specific corpse. Column F is simply the difference between selling an entire corpse to the butcher or Gus versus turning it into crypts. You'll notice that there are 2 animals marked as NA on this spreadsheet. This is because that the boar model animals cannot be turned in as corpses, only skinned and turned in as parts. I left them there out of laziness, but let it be known that their parts really don't add up to anything. Sorting column D so that the animals that require the least amount of turn-ins are at the top, we see that panthers turn out to be the quickest normal animal to get to a full delivery wagon at only 11.43 full corpses required. Though panthers aren't exactly the most common spawn, so I guess we should look a little bit lower. It looks like the quickest animal that's at least somewhat common would be a buck of either deer type, requiring 16 full corpses exactly to get to 100 goods. Honestly, that's really not bad. It does get a little worse the lower you go, but you don't really poke above 25, 5 full hunting wagons or so, until you're getting into the seriously small animals and must be very desperate for materials. It's okay, we've all been there. Now, 16 3-star bucks are nice, but they'll take you a while to find, and you're of course not guaranteed at all to get them, meaning it'll be quite likely you'll be snagging other 3-star animals, or even lower star animals, increasing the amount of animals and time it'll take you to fill your goods bar. Remember, 16 deer corpses is still 4 trips away from camp and back with a full hunting wagon. Now that we've seen what the normal animals have to offer, let's take a look at the second sheet I've got hiding down here, the legendary animals. We'll sort it the same way we did the last sheet, and whoa mama, look at that! The Sapa Cougar takes a little over 3 turn-ins of a pelt and tooth to max out your materials for a whole delivery. Holy shit! Combine that fact with the following sped up footage of how fast you can actually do the Sapa Cougar, and the mind starts to race at the possibilities of profit. Now that that's out of the way, take a look at all the other values as well, and keep in mind that the Sapacougar isn't the only animal capable of being taken down quickly. For example, my record with the Aname elk is currently 2 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm quite sure I can get it a little bit lower if I get a little lucky and practice a bit more, but that's 2 minutes and 43 seconds of actually doing something for 49.88 units of materials, almost 1/4 of a full delivery. And while I don't have this spreadsheet entirely finished, if you have a screenshot proof of any missing values, please contact me on Discord with them so I can add them. Links are in the description. It should be pretty clear just how quickly one can max out their materials bar with the legendary animals that spawn just from Harriet's missions alone. Even with a 10-minute cooldown after doing all 3 of the legendary missions she currently offers, you can actually do all 3 of them only killing the main legendary animal, and she will let you do all 3. It's still insane how fast the bar can fill up. If you call in your hunting wagon upon completion of a legendary mission, you can store it for as long as you need. But if you look closely at column E, you might have already noticed a second, even better reason to turn the legendary pelts in for crypts. Their value simply skyrockets. Looking again at the Sapacougar, we see that the pelt and tooth together sell for exactly $51 at the butcher or Gus. Yet when used to fuel Cripps' leather-making machine, the value of those two suddenly skyrockets to $199.21. Just add supplies and a bit of time. Just by doing that, you've multiplied the value of that little bit of work you did by 3.9. That's insane. Sure, you have to wait a bit now for your cash, and if you don't choose to do a distant delivery, it's a little bit less than 3.9, but almost 4 times the value. I think waiting is a fine trade-off. With a bit of careful consideration, planning, and paying attention, turning legendary pelts in at Cripps' trading company turns out to be a faster, more valuable way to fill up your goods bar. And that just leaves more time to do what's really important in this game. Moonshine deliveries, the most fun and engaging content ever designed by man. So there you have it. If the spreadsheet is at all useful to you, feel free to use it. It's out there for anyone to use, download, modify as they see fit. Thank you all very much. If you enjoyed watching this or the math that was used to create it, please leave me a like and a subscribe. Maybe comment about how horrible I am at all of this stuff, because people like to do that. I don't care. It's fun. Engagement is good for videos. I'm going to stop now. Thank you very much. I'll be back with more Red Dead content probably at some point soon.